HOA of $513 per month. I don't know. But after today's video, I want you to tell me if you think it's worth living in this top ranked master plan community around the entire Austin area, just 35 minutes from downtown Austin. Lake lifestyle and homes, brand new homes, just like this one, with prices that you do not find very often around this community. But the best part about this entire video and this home in particular, 5 homes left, is this crazy view that nobody else will have in this community. Unreal. Look at this. So, can you see yourself living out here, having that easy access to the lake in one of the most beautiful parts of the entire Austin area? Not too bad, right? Okay, so here we are in this floor plan that I'm gonna show you today. Very minimal, low maintenance, but one of my favorite parts, which may not seem like a lot for you guys, but it's the fact that it has this kind of, you don't find this a whole lot anymore, but you have this sunken in living room, kitchen, and dining. So it's almost like you come down the steps, right? 3 steps, and then you come into your living area, and look at this space. Pretty nice, right? So you have your living room here where you would have your TV right back here. And then of course, very open concept with your kitchen. So if you like to host some friends, if you want to have your grandkids over, your kids over, then you can have that. And then of course you have your dining area right over there. And then of course, the best part is that view that I show you at the beginning of the lake. And look at this, let me show it to you again. Look at that. Beautiful Lake Travis. It is full, you know, because of all the rain that we had last year. Wow, it's still full from last year, but yeah. Okay, let's run through this house. Really nice finishes. As you can see, we have some quartz countertops. One space sink, right? Very wide and deep, which is nice. And then really the one thing that I like the most is if you're standing right here, right? So if you're standing right here, you're washing the dishes, you're cooking, and then you can entertain at the same time. And then of course you have that view out the windows, right? And tons of windows, 1, 2, 3, the door, and then 3 more windows here. You're eating breakfast in the spot right here. And then you're looking out the windows, looking at the lake. So really nice spot. In this particular floor plan, it is available as we speak, as I'm showing you this video. And you will stay tuned till the end because I'm gonna share with you the price. And if you're looking for these type of properties in the highly sought out Rough Hollow neighborhood, you know what to do. Reach out to the number, the email, or schedule a Zoom. Don't be shy, give me a call and we can come up with a game plan. In fact, a family that found me here on YouTube, they're coming in this weekend, this Saturday from Florida, and they'll be looking at this particular community. And of course, he was like, Julio, I don't know about that HOA. It's not something that I'm really gonna take advantage of, but hey, like you saw briefly at the very beginning, that may be for you. The lake, the yacht, 4 different pools, fitness center. So it may be worth it, but for some people, that may not be worth it. So anyways, we go on. Let me turn the camera around and give you this view here. So again, dining, kitchen, and look at the quality of this range right here. If you love to cook, look at this, 6 of them. You're gonna have a whole, you can be a chef with this thing. I could be a chef. I'm not a good cook, but I could be a chef. One thing that I thought was very particular is that the microwave is down lower and built into the cabinets, which is a nice touch, especially when you're in this price point. But it's not up above from the stove, or it's not up above, right, about eye level. So I thought that was interesting. If you're on the smaller side, this is the perfect size. And then you have the pantry, which, let's be honest, when you're downsizing, the last thing you want to think about, unless you are truly a cook, the last thing you're going to think about is cooking, right? Cooking for an army, or cooking for your kids, or maybe when the grandkids come visit, you will do that. But for the most part, you're probably not thinking about cooking. But if you do like to cook, that range is insane. Now, let's go upstairs. So the cool thing about this floor plan in particular is that all the bedrooms are upstairs, 3 full bedrooms. And then downstairs, you have the half bath, and then of course, the kitchen and the living room. But let's go upstairs next. Okay, I lied. Before we do that, let's check out where your garage entry is. Now, the cool thing about this builder, and I'll be sharing a little bit more about them here in a second, is that they finished the garage, as you can see, and the epoxy the floors. So really nice. You have a tankless water heater, very important, especially now that we're getting these freezes. But 2-car garage, really spacious. And then here in the downstairs, like I mentioned before, you have the half bath for your guests, so plenty of room for them, a full sink, and you know, the rest of the water room. So now, yeah, let's go upstairs. So as we make our way upstairs, this is definitely something to consider with this product. If you're tired of going up and down the stairs, you know, you're talking about 2 flights of stairs every day, right? To go up to your bedroom or to come down from your bedroom. So that's definitely something to consider, right? I actually have a couple that's looking to find a place to retire. They're actually deciding between Florida and here in Austin, Texas, and they're not too sure, right, where they want to be. They want a walkable place, which let's talk about that for a second as I'm showing you this master bedroom. The majority, or especially this place, Rough Hollow, you do have that lake lifestyle potentially, right? And I'll share more details about that $500 HOA. You have that accessibility, right? You also have access to the hill country, right? You have the nice views of the hill country, but it is not walkable in the sense that you don't have easy access to shops and restaurants. Now, they're less than 10 minutes away. You get in your car and you're at the Galleria, and then you're in the kind of the big box retail spaces, and you know, you have the marina really close by, but you still have to get in your car. Now, for exercise, for recreation, there's tons of trails around the area, especially here in Rough Hollow, and they're known for that. So if you like to exercise, if you like to stay active, you will have that opportunity. Okay, back to the master bedroom. Super spacious. As you can see, we have a full king size bed, right? You can fit the 2 nightstands, so it kind of shows you that there's plenty of space. Really nice finishes in the ceilings, right? So it's not just a flat ceiling. You have that little indentation per se in the ceiling, and then you have 3 giant windows with that view of the lake, of course. And I hope my editor will put a drone here to show you how awesome is that view. And then let's check out the closet, because that's very important, right? Even though you're downsizing, you still want to have plenty of space. And I will say, let me place the camera here. I will say that this definitely passes the wifey test. All right, so yeah, really nice space. I think especially for people that are looking at downsize, more than plenty of room. But however, leave me a comment below. What do you think? Is this enough space for you and the missus, or missus? Is this enough space for you and the mister? It may not be if you have tons of purses and shoes, right? If not, fellas, you know, we know what you're gonna get, right? You're gonna get probably 1 drawer right here. So, but that's okay. Okay, as we make our way into the master bath, really nice walk-in shower, as you can see, and you have a bench, right, to take a break and just enjoy a shower. Who doesn't love a good hot shower? I'm a sucker for a good hot shower. You know, it's just so relaxing. So let me walk in here, guys, so that you get a feel for what it feels like. So sit down, take a break from being retire or potentially semi-retire, right? Really nice. One thing that I like, I don't know if you can see it on the camera here, but if you notice, the floor of the shower has a lot of texture, so that can potentially feel nice on your feet, maybe not. But yeah, really nice shower. And as we continue, another cool thing about this bathroom, I'll actually have to turn the camera around for this, but look at this. Look at this, guys. So look at what they did here. I've actually never seen this before. So you have your sink, right? And then they have, because they didn't want to block this amazing view, right, that I've been showing you. As you can see the lake way over there. If my camera will focus. Yep. And then, but then your mirror is suspended right here over the window. So I thought that was kind of cool. So it feels very open. You still let a lot of natural light into the bathroom. Really, really cool. I just noticed that. So I think that's a very nice feature here, because then you don't, if not, otherwise, of course, you would just have a wall and you would lose all that light and the bathroom wouldn't feel as spacious. So really, really nice touch from this builder here to allow a lot of light to come in. So, okay. As we continue, let me show you, sorry about the camera moving too much there, but let me show you the linen here. Fellas, that's your closet, all right? It's okay. So, and then we have the water room there. Now let's go take a look at the guest bedrooms, right? So you get an idea for your guests or maybe your kids visiting you, or again, if you still have kids living at home, let's take a look at what that would look like with a Jack and Jill setup bathroom. Plenty of space here. Now, if you still have kids living at home, we're gonna talk about the school districts in this area, and you're gonna wanna hear this. So make sure to stay tuned for that, okay? Now, plenty of space. Another thing to notice is that these are about 9.5 foot ceilings in the upstairs. 8-foot doors, right? So it makes it feel very, very tall and spacious. And then as you walk into the Jack and Jill, no, it's not a Jack and Jill. They're actually sharing the whole bathroom. Yeah. I mean, you could potentially add a door here. So look, so you could add a door here, right? To separate the bathroom itself, right? From each bedroom. But again, you may be downsizing, you may be retiring, you may be semi-retiring, and you may not need to do that, you know, because potentially your kids are out of the house. But if you still have kids at home, or let's say you only have one kid, then at that point it doesn't really matter. But plenty of space, right, for one person or two perhaps. And then let's check out this other bedroom here. Again, plenty, very, very spacious. I like the fact that they put all the bedrooms upstairs and all the living area downstairs. Now, I definitely like this closet better because it's a walk-in closet, as you can see, 2 windows, so that your clothes doesn't get depressed and it gets that vitamin D that it needs. That was a bad dad joke. I'm not a dad yet. That was a very bad joke. Then we have the laundry room, which has cabinets. I always like it when the builders add this. Really, really love this. It's a really nice touch, right? Because then you don't have to worry about adding it yourself. And sometimes, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but they put just the one shelf, right? And it just doesn't look as nice, especially when you're in this price point, right? Which I'll share with you here in a second. You want that. So again, really nice. Another thing to point out, this floor, let me go downstairs and show you in more detail about the floor, because it's actually not engineered hardwood, but I'll share a little bit more about this flooring. As we make our way back downstairs, is that HOA really worth it? Stay tuned, I'm about to share some of the details, but first on the floor, as you can see, it is not hardwood engineer or hardwood floors, engineered hardwood floors, but it is luxury vinyl plank. One thing I will say that I don't like is that the back of the step, right, the transition there is white. And as we all know, that is gonna get dirty and that is gonna be a pain to maintain clean. Of course, if you have cleaners, then you don't have to worry about that, but still, it's just a pain. I wish that they would make it the same material as the actual floor, and that would be really nice. So as we make our way outside, what does that HOA cover? Okay, stay tuned. Let's share it right now. $513 a month HOA. What does it have to offer, guys? Okay, here we are finally. But first, take in this view. Just feel it, smell it. Nice breeze coming in. You're actually probably one of the highest communities around the entire Rough Hollow area. And again, you get that view. This home that I just showed you is available, and I'm about to tell you the price, so stay tuned for that. But first, $513 per month What does it have to offer? That's a very high HOA. Number one, the front lawn maintenance is completely maintained, right, by the HOA, so you don't have to worry about that. And remember, you don't really have a backyard because this is all about low maintenance. Second, you have access to 4 different swimming pools if that's something that you like, and one of them is an 18-year-old and above only pool, adult only pool. Another one is a lazy river, so perfect for the kids, especially if you have grandkids visiting or if you still have little kids, perfect for that. And then of course you have access to the yacht club, it's not an animal, yacht club.
No, Eloy,
which is only 5 to 6 minutes away. It has a marina, it has a restaurant, it has an infinity edge pool, it has an event center if you want to rent it out, it has a recovery and wellness center, and it also has a gym, all in one place 5 to 6 minutes away. But it does have one downside. Stay tuned for that, just 1 second. Okay, and then you also have access to the Hills Amenity Center, also known as the World of Tennis. It has many different names. In fact, my in-laws live in this area, right? And they have access to that amenity center and they love it. They also have access to the many different golf courses. If you want more information about this, of course, I can help you with that because my father-in-law loves to play golf and he has kind of the insight into how to gain access to all the 3 different golf courses. So reach out if you want to find out more information. But as a whole, you have access to 2 different amenity centers. The one at the Hills has a bunch of tennis courts, pickleball courts. It has a gym, volleyball courts. It's right next to the airport too. So if you have a plane, you have access to that, to a private airport here in Lakeway. So really nice area. Right down the street, I can see it from here. You have Lake Travis Middle School, and then Lake Travis High School is just right down the street. Highly ranked school district. I'm sure you know that by now. Lake Travis ISD, one of the top ones in the area, with a letter or a grade of a ranking of A plus, 9 out of 10 if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, many different amenities to offer but for that $513 a month, you have access to 4 different pools, the yacht club, another amenity center, and then of course all the public trails that Rough Hollow has to offer. But the one downside that the yacht club has right now that a lot of people don't know about is that there is a waiting list for a boat slip, okay? So if you're a boating person, you will now have access to park your boat at the marina, right? So that's kind of a downside, right? But you can get on a waiting list, and according to the sales rep, it's not as long as it used to be. It used to be as long as 2-year waiting list. So if you're not in a rush and you want to park it somewhere else nearby, keep that in mind, right? But that is a downside to the yacht club, that you're paying $513 a month, but you don't have access to a boat slip, right? So again, keep that in mind, but not a huge deal in my opinion, especially if you don't have a boat. Now on to the prices. Let's talk about price next. If you're looking for that lake lifestyle with access to a marina, access to 4 different pools, the golf course lifestyle, the hill country lifestyle, this is a great opportunity, guys. Typically homes here are above $1 million, but you can get a brand new home under $1 million. I'm about to share the price. This 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 1,840 square feet. It is priced, and as we speak, it is actually for sale. It is priced at $790,000. Yes, it does have that high HOA. For some may think that, but you have access to so many different things. And remember, which I haven't mentioned, within 10 minutes from here, you have access to a Trader Joe's, a Whole Foods. On the other side of 71, then you have access to a Lowe's, Best Buy, a Marshall's, kind of the big box retailers. Then you have restaurants, shops, more parks. They're building a brand new park here. So a very different lifestyle, especially from the one that I usually show you, but a great opportunity to get a home well below $1 million, access to a highly sought out neighborhood with top ranked school districts. And in fact, they have 4 different opportunities besides this one, including the model, and they're all priced at $849, $710, $694, and $794. So all well under $1 million. So if you're looking for this opportunity, don't be shy. You know what to do. Send me a text, give me a phone call, or send me an email, and we can help you through the entire process. And remember, we have a family from Florida that's actually going to be taking a look this weekend at this particular community, and you can do the same, but you have to reach out. Until next time, adios.